Well, top of the morning to you. Well, you know what I mean. And for those of you who are awake and aware, I hope you're keeping a pulse on the events in the world. It's not looking too good, as far as I can tell. The Prime Minister of New Zealand has just been re-elected for another term, which I believe is kind of disastrous for the men of New Zealand. Her main platform is to help females and children. No mention of men at all. And this is what I've noticed about females in power, situations like that. They always help their own, which is females. They don't even mention or consider men. And the population must be at least 50% men, so they're missing half the population out. That's typical female, though, isn't it? If I was a young man in New Zealand right about now, I would think about leaving. Because I don't know how many rights have you lost in the last 3 to 4 years when she has been in, but you will lose a lot more. You only have to look at Sweden. If anybody knew Sweden many years ago like I did, it was a lovely place. But it was taken over by feminists, really. The government is mostly all female. And the place, as Sweden as they know it, has been completely destroyed. We don't hear half of the stories that actually go on there. I have people in Sweden who were born in Sweden. Their father and mother were born in Sweden. Their father and mother was born in Sweden. And yet they've told me they feel like an alien in their own country. And they've also told me a lot of Swedish people have left. Well, if they have enough money, they can leave. But back to New Zealand. I know it's only a small place on the map, but it's still a country. They still have people. And I guess his Prime Minister had a baby a year or so ago, I'm not sure when. And her husband is going to be a stay-at-home dad. I guess that tells us exactly the relationship they have and who wears the pants. You see, just for me, the thing I've noticed when females are in power, they always make it for the females. It's very unbalanced, their laws and their platform. For instance, May, the last thing she did as Prime Minister of the UK before she left was to bring in an upskirt law. It's always about just females, them. And that's what they're trying to do in the United States too, isn't it? They're trying to bring in a female through the back door. And would this female be a good president, or would she favor just one gender? And I know the answer to that. Just take a close look at females' track record who are in power. They always favor the females and persecute the males. And I know a lot of people probably think I just don't think too much of females. No, I just see what they do and make an assumption on that. But I don't think females, as far as I've seen so far, are very fair when they're in power in any way. They persecute the males because they basically hate males. And they favor the females, of course. Men in power are not perfect. Who is? But they certainly are more fairer in their judgment on things. If I was in front of a judge, being judged about something, I would rather it be a man than a female. And it's because the man will be fairer in the long run than the female. So anyway, good luck to New Zealand. I've never actually been there. It's not really a tourist destination, is it? And here's something I see quite a lot now, all from females. This is a celebrity or, I don't know, a singer or something. She's given up on trying to find love, which actually is basically a lie, because females mostly aren't looking for love. They're looking to be loved, to be worshipped, not to give. And maybe she's finding men that are quite willing to say something about her imperfections or something, and she doesn't like that. Because I guess the man she wants is not to question her in any way and just worship her. And hopefully there's not that many around like that anymore. And it's the female's fault because they've shown us men openly what they're really like. how they obviously are not goddesses and are human, just like we are. So men used to put females on a pedestal, didn't they? And women complained about being put on a pedestal. And now they're complaining about not being on a pedestal. Hey, you can't win, can you? Although there's a lot of men going through some pain right now and suffering, the way I see it is that females are basically self-destructing. And most of them are in terrible mental and physical state. And, as usual, they're so unaware that they did it all to themselves. It does kind of make you want to chuckle, but I'm not going to do it here. That would be gloating.